Hello everyone, so tomorrow I'm catching a flight down to London for a short sort of long weekend trip to go and see my family, and I'm currently packing all my camera gear for that journey, so I thought I might as well record it and do a little sort of what's in my camera bag when I go on these sort of small journeys. So the first thing is obviously my film. I've already got some film loaded in the cameras that I'm bringing, but we'll get to that in a minute. I always prefer to bring some extra film along with me when I go on these sort of trips, just in case I run out. I'm not intending on using any of these films. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So I've got some Candido 800 film here, which I've not used at all yet. I'm very excited to try that. And some Kodak Ektar 100. As I said, not planning on using these. In fact, I've got another trip coming up in a few weeks to France where I do want to use these films. So I'm going to try and keep them. But as I said, I'd rather have them just to be safe. After that, I've just got some little things. My shutter release cable. Always good just to pack it in case I want to do some long exposures, take some pictures at night, slower shutter speeds, anything. It's so small that it's easy to bring. Also got my microphones here, my wireless mics like I've got on now, just so when I shoot some YouTube videos down there, always useful to have. So now we get into flashes. I'm not sure if I am going to use a flash when I'm down there. Usually I bring my Konica point and shoot camera, which has an inbuilt flash in it. I'm not bringing that this trip, so in case I ever do want one to take pictures at night, or even sometimes some indoor photography, but I want to fill out some shadows, it's always good to have a flash. I've got this one here, it's a Praktica 1600A. It came with my Praktica 35mm camera, which if you watch some other videos of mine, you've probably seen. Really good size, really practical to bring on trips, but it's just not powerful enough, especially if I'm doing exterior photography in the sun or whatever. It's just not gonna do anything for me, so sadly I'm gonna have to leave this one here. The second one here is a Hanimex TZ1, which is a much better flash, much more powerful anyway. Good size too, it's not too big, it's got a lot of options. The only annoying thing about this flash is that the two lights at the back, which indicate whether or not the flash is ready to fire or not, don't work. But the flash itself does work, and it is very loud. It sounds like a plane taking off. But yeah, this might be the winner because my other flash is this Jessup 300 TTL, which is not a bad flash, it's just so big and so powerful. What's good about this flash is not only can you tilt it up and down, you can also swivel it around. So if you're taking pictures indoors and you want to bounce the light off the walls or something a bit like that, you can do it. It's also, as I said, very powerful. A good all-round flash, but just way too big, way too inconvenient to put in some luggage, so not bringing this one. So with all that being said, I think I'll be taking my Hanimex TZ1 flash. I don't know anything about it, any technicalities about it. I got it for free. So yeah, it's just a good all-round flash. Next thing are just some miscellaneous items. I've got some AA batteries for the flash. I never leave my batteries inside the flash. I'm just paranoid that's going to be some sort of corrosion or something, so I always leave them out. And then a camera battery charger, and that charger is for this Canon PowerShot A2200 HD. They never have easy names, these cameras. This is just a simple point and shoot digital camera that my parents bought me in about 2011, I think, when it came out. These things have become very popular recently on social media. A lot of people are using them and they're sort of reselling at stupid money right now. But it's actually a really impressive camera. I'd never really used it when I was younger, and I found it in my garage and I took some pictures recently on it, and I was actually really blown away by the quality. I wasn't expecting it at all, especially with the flash on. However, I don't use it for that. I actually use it for the video setting, which isn't as good when it comes to quality. In fact, it's pretty bad, but I like it a lot. It really gives a sort of nostalgic home video, almost 90s retro vibe to it, which I do like a lot. And I tend to put it in my pocket when I'm out and about, film some random clips, just more for sort of memories. But yeah, I like the nostalgic look, so I always bring this camera with me. And that finally leads me to the actual 35mm cameras, which I'm bringing two. I've got my Yashica rangefinder. If you watched my last video, you will see I talk about this camera more in depth. But basically, it's a small compact rangefinder that a friend gave me. So luckily I got this for free, which is really nice. I'm very excited to try it. I've taken one picture with this so far. I'm going to try and finish the roll down in England. Now, in this camera, I've got some Lomography color negative 800 film, which Lomography very kindly sent to me, and I'm going to make a whole video about that. The film in here is expired, so I'm currently metering it at ISO 400, but yeah, really excited to try this camera and make a whole video on it. And lastly, as usual, my Canon A1 Kodak Ultramax 400 in here. I use this set up all the time. Canon 50mm lens on it, 1.8. If you watch my last videos, I always have this camera with me. It's my sort of go-to, even when I'm just here at home, but especially when I go on trips. I just wrap it around me. It takes really good pictures, yeah. Doesn't need any introduction, but that is the main camera I'll be using with me. In here, as I mentioned, I got Kodak Ultramax 400, and I got around 15 images left, so I'll just casually finish this roll during that trip. Now, this is the camera bag I'm going to be taking with me. It's nothing fancy, it's just a grey over the shoulder camera bag. Really good quality though. I got it for free very kindly. And yeah, let's go now and pack this camera bag up. When it comes to packing itself, I'm just gonna start with the cameras, put my rangefinder Yashica in there, then my Canon A1 here. They're obviously the priority. If they're in this setup, they've got the most space and I just feel more comfortable like that. In this setup here, as you can see, they're both set up in their little compartments. They don't move, it's snug, so that is very good. Next thing is the flash, which I'm just gonna gently place next to my Canon. In the bottom left here, I'm gonna be putting my microphone along with my little point and shoot Canon. And then lastly, in this bit in the right here, I'm gonna put my film, my random little batteries, my shutter release cable, and the charger for that little digital camera. And that is basically my camera bag. Everything like this now is very compact, they won't move. Obviously when I'm at the airport and going through security, I will ask them if they can take the cameras and even the film out and check them by hand. I don't want to risk running them through the scanners, especially that there's some 800 ISO film there, which I don't want to risk ruining. But just packed like that, I'm now ready to go to the airport. And there it is. That's everything I'm going to be bringing with me on this trip. Not a big trip, so nothing too crazy that I'm bringing with me. As I mentioned earlier on, I'm going to France later on this month, and I will make another bag video. That one will have a lot more gear because I'm going there for 3 weeks, so a lot more things will be brought, some interesting films, so definitely look out for that video. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what's in your camera bag, and I will see you next Saturday for a new video.